She should have seen it coming. The signs were there from the start. The late-night phone calls he didn't explain. The lingering perfume on his shirt that didn't belong to her. The way he could charm a room yet freeze her out in a single glance. But Anna didn't want to believe what her instincts screamed. She had finally married the perfect man, or so she thought. Now he's lying dead on the floor, with a knife in his chest, and she's the one holding it, covered in his blood, surrounded by shattered glass and broken promises. But Anna isn't just a murderer. She's the final wife. It started the way these stories always do, with love. Luke Whitney was magnetic, successful, beautiful in a cold, sculpted kind of way. A man who wore his confidence like armor and wielded his charm like a weapon. When Anna met him, he was everything she had ever wanted. Kind, passionate, attentive. But what she didn't know then was that Luke had been all those things before with every woman he left in pieces. Anna thought she was different. She thought she would be the one he'd truly love. She thought she would be his last, and she was. Just not in the way she expected. Luke had a history. Women who adored him. Women who feared him. Women who wanted him back and others who wanted him dead. His first wife, Rose, was the quiet, soft-spoken kind. The one who smiled at dinner parties and wore long sleeves in the summer. She vanished from his life without warning, without explanation. The story was that she had a breakdown. But the truth was darker than anyone wanted to admit. Then there was Pippa, the one who came after. A whirlwind of red lipstick and razor-sharp comebacks. She was everything Anna wasn't. Daring, reckless, loud. She didn't leave. Quietly, she was thrown out. And Anna? She was supposed to be the healing phase, the safe choice, the compliant one. She played her role to perfection until the night everything unraveled. They found Luke's body in their secluded countryside home. His life bled out across expensive hardwood floors. Anna was there, her hands shaking, her eyes wide with shock. She said she didn't remember what happened. One moment they were arguing. The next she was holding the knife. The detective didn't buy it. Neither did the press. The story was too convenient. The grieving wife with memory loss. A beautiful suspect in a perfect storm of scandal. But beneath the headlines, beneath the assumptions, something much more twisted waited to be revealed. Detective Sergeant Rebecca Dance was never one to accept simple answers. She saw through masks. She noticed the inconsistencies. Anna said she loved Luke, yet her eyes told a different story. She flinched at questions. Her voice trembled at the wrong moments. But what disturbed Dance more was Luke himself. Every woman she spoke to described him differently, yet a common thread connected them. Control, manipulation, gaslighting. Each relationship ended with a woman shattered and silent. Each one left behind a trail of psychological ruin. As Dance dug deeper, pieces began to surface. Anna's emails to a friend asking how to erase browser history. Texts Luke sent to someone named E at all hours of the night. Security footage that showed Anna driving away alone the night before the murder, even though she swore she hadn't left the house. And then there was the video, a grainy, time-stamped clip hidden on an old laptop. Luke screaming, a crash, Anna crying in the background, and finally silence. It didn't show the killing, but it painted a picture more damning than any confession. Yet Anna wasn't the only one with motive. Rose had reappeared days before the murder, lurking in the shadows, watching from a distance. She'd never truly let go. Her silence had been her protection. But when she saw Anna stepping into the same patterns, she felt the old anger flare. She tried to warn her. She left messages, anonymous notes. But it was too late. Pippa, too, had returned to the scene. Not out of regret, but out of spite. She had been Luke's obsession, and she knew it. He'd never stopped contacting her, even after Anna, even after everything. She saved every message, every voicemail, some of them threatening, others pleading. She wanted the world to see him for who he really was, but she didn't want him dead. Not like this. Meanwhile, Anna began to remember more, not just the night of the murder, but all the nights that led up to it. The bruises, the emotional warfare, the way Luke would isolate her from her friends, turn her fears into jokes, make her feel small and paranoid. It had been slow at first, like water wearing away stone. But eventually she stopped recognizing herself. And the night he died, she finally snapped. Only what if she didn't kill him? What if someone else got there first? DS Dance began reconstructing a timeline, interviewing the neighbors, reviewing cell tower pings. And what emerged was a chilling possibility. Multiple people had the opportunity. Multiple people wanted him gone. But only one person was brave enough, or broken enough, to do it. When the truth finally came out, it wasn't a confession. It was a revelation. A voicemail sent by Luke hours before his death, recorded unintentionally. It captured a confrontation. Not with Anna, not with Rose, but with someone unexpected, his sister. Estranged, unstable, and full of hatred. She had always blamed him for their childhood, for their mother's death, for the pain that never healed. She had come to confront him. But when she saw what he had become, predator dressed as a prince, she made her own kind of justice. But Anna, in her guilt and confusion, had taken the fall, because she believed deep down that she was partly to blame, for staying, for loving him, for losing herself. Her confession had been born from trauma, not truth. And when she was finally cleared, when her name was released from the chains of suspicion, she didn't feel free. She felt hollow, because surviving a man like Luke Whitney wasn't just about staying alive. It was about rebuilding from the inside, learning to trust your instincts, to reclaim your voice, to stop apologizing for existing. Anna left the Cotswolds not long after. She moved to the coast, changed her name, and started therapy. The headlines moved on. The detectives moved on. But for her, the journey was just beginning. As for DS Rebecca Dance, the case left its mark. She'd seen darkness before, but this was different. This was darkness dressed in Armani suits and wedding rings. It taught her that evil doesn't always shout, it whispers. It charms, it wears a smile, and sometimes it marries you. In the end, The Final Wife isn't just about murder. It's about survival, about the ways women are twisted by love and twisted by those who weaponize it. It's a story about ghosts who live not in houses but in hearts, about how trauma can feel like home if you've lived in it long enough. But mostly it's about taking back power, even if it starts with a scream, even if it ends with a knife. And for Anna Whitney, The Final Wife, it ends with silence. Not the silence of fear, but the silence of peace.